hours in this homework assignment?
We'll talk about that today. Math professor's fault.
One question left.
Okay, you say so.
What does it do?
Sounds like poor management to me.
I've been working on it all week.
Why don't New Year's resolutions stick? You close your laptops.
Because you shouldn't wait until the New Year's to make a resolution.
Why? What does that have to do with anything?
I don't know. That's what my dad told me.
Well, it's an opportunity to, but why don't they stick? Oh, pick another time. Start in March. I don't care.
They're too far out. Because they're hard.
No, because they're hard. Okay, why are they hard? Kirsten, right?
Yes.
And what's your name? Mason.
Do they take discipline?
Yeah, they take this. You actually have to stick with it. Okay. Anybody started a resolution this year? Cole, what do you got?
For the first question, I don't think that it should take a new year or a holiday, a specific day for you to try to change something. I think that you have to have more meaning to what you're doing, more of a why.
Yeah, I mean, you can still pick. I mean, it's just an opportunity. Yeah, you can do it whenever you want. But any resolution, okay, whether it's New Year's or not, why don't they stick? Hold on, let's see if do you have an answer? Okay, what do you got?
Because people get lazy.
Garrett? Goddamn, 2 for 2.
Because people get lazy and get busy.
Yeah, usually we just get who started one. Anybody have one? Yes or no?
I do, but you're gonna laugh at me.
What? So, are you sticking with it?
Yes.
Okay.
I have so far.
All right, good. What is it?
I go to the gym at least 4 times a week.
Oh yeah, you wrote about that. Okay, your guys' posts were hilarious this week, by the way. Jose, what do you got?
I was gonna say a lot of people nowadays seek like immediate gratification, like progress.
Yeah.
Like now,
Yeah,
and if they don't see it, they're like, well, I don't want to keep doing it.
yeah. You go to the gym once, be like, man, I didn't lose 10 pounds, or gain, whatever you want to do, right? It's hard. Life's hard. Give up. Main moral of Psalms, right?
I think also with like New Year's resolutions or just resolutions in general, they'll stick to it for like maybe a week or two, and then as time goes on, more things come up in their life, and they choose to do the other things rather than sticking with the resolution.
Choose to do those things. Correct. Yes, Nate.
Sometimes if you mess up like once on it, you'll just be like, oh, I guess it's a wrap for this year. I'll try again next year.
Yeah, good. Chris, right?
Yes.
Chris, what do you got?
It's easy to fall into old habits.
Sure, absolutely. Okay, that's usually what happens, right? If you're overweight, so if you're older, right, and you guys graduate, you get done, you're like, yes, no more PT ever again, and you get your job, and you sit at your desk in your cubicle, and you get old and fat and lazy, okay? And you're like, yes, can't wait, okay? And you go to the doctor, and you're 35 pounds overweight, and you see them once a year, and they're like, hey, you're overweight, eat healthier, lose weight. And you come back a year later, and you're the exact same. Why didn't that work? Doc told you, eat healthier, lose weight. You're hurting your heart. Why didn't it work?
Because you feel all right.
Justin, right?
Yes, sir.
Shit, everybody's here. Not on time, but everybody's here. Say it again.
You feel all right.
The doctor did nothing to influence your decisions. Right? You saw him once a year, New Year's resolution, whatever. And they're like, hey, eat healthier, lose weight. And you're like, yeah, I'll do that. And then you leave, and you're like, nah, I'm good. I don't care, right? Or you're like, man, okay, I'm gonna go for a run. I used to be a cadet. I did PT all the time. I'm gonna go run. And you go out and you start sucking wind because you haven't ran in 20 years. Okay? Not good, right? Can be done, right? But usually doesn't work. Okay. Was learning about your constraints last semester helpful? Yes? Why?
And maybe actually write down what I was really shitty at.
Okay, cool. Jose, you were nodding? Why?
Just kind of like put it out, like kind of weaknesses and how I could like combat them.
Good.
If I were to actually like go and do it, you know.
Okay, cool.
Like just do it, like did it, and then like kind of put off to the side.
Yeah, good. Who else? Good. Carly, what do you got?
I actually started like sticking up for myself and not letting people walk all over me. So I'm digging my head out of the sand, not being so much of an ostrich.
Okay, cool. All right, good. I'll take it. All right. This is related. What do vegetarians eat when they get drunk?
Lettuce.
Meat. Why? Whataburger. Absolutely. Why? It's so good. It's delicious, right? Why does it matter that they do it when they got drunk? Is anybody a vegetarian? Afraid to admit it? It's not too many. Okay. Why? Why does it matter that they got drunk?
Because when you drink, alcohol like lowers your inhibition.
Absolutely. Okay? You crave fat and sugar all the time. Okay? Back from our ancestors, that's what kept us alive because we didn't have Buc-ee's and we didn't have Whataburger. Okay? We had to chase things down and catch them. Right? We're like, oh, I should eat this fat to stay alive. Now we have Whataburger on every corner. Should we still eat that way all the time? All things moderation. I love talking about diet, okay? Your body actually craves sugar and fat all the time, all right? So it's up to you to control that, okay? Knowing if I'm a vegetarian, which I'm not, if I'm a vegetarian and I know if I get drunk, what should I avoid? Whataburger, right? At 2 in the morning, huh? That's probably, yeah, okay. Sadly, there's no fast food vegetarian restaurants with national chains on every corner, right? But you can go and get fries. Call it good. So, when you screw up, when you make a mistake, all right, of something that you didn't want to do, you told yourself, I'm not going to eat Whataburger today. You guys even wrote about it. I'm going to make healthy choices, okay? I got Chick-fil-A. Who got Chick-fil-A? They were working out. Okay. Now, is Chick-fil-A bad all the time? No. God's chicken, right? Delicious.
Yeah.
How much salt is in Chick-fil-A nuggets?
I don't even know that.
A shitload. So much salt. Now, you need salt. You don't need that much salt. Okay, it's really easy to get sugar and salt in our diets, okay? But do you need to know why you made that mistake? Or it doesn't have to necessarily be a mistake, but maybe not the best decision. We need to know why we did that. What is the trigger? What is the cue that said, I'm trying to be healthier, I'm working out, I'm trying to get bigger, trying to get smaller, whatever your thing is, okay? And then you're like, oh man, I ate a whole bunch of shitty food at Dunkin', okay? Or some of you like skip lunch and then you get coffee, right? And wonder why like you're hungry and you're shaking and you can't focus in class. Because your stomach's empty and you're running on caffeine and it wasn't a good choice. You thought it was, but we screwed up. Okay, because we bagged in, which nearly all of you do. Okay, so just know what went wrong. All right. Who struggles with temptation, addiction, distraction, or procrastination? Everyone. Every single one of us. Always and forever. Now, we're better at some things than others, right? Some of you are good at it. Some of you are not. Right? Every single person struggles with it. This is a universal experience, part of the human condition. This is not an individual weakness. This is different. This is everyone. In some form or fashion struggles with these things. Okay. What did you notice about your own willpower challenges? Tracking the decisions that you made, which most of you wrote like 3 things or 5 things. How many decisions do we make in a day? Thousands. Yeah, usually. You're like, I chose to eat healthier. Okay, what did you choose? You didn't tell me anything. All right, that's okay. You wrote like some of it. All right. What did you notice about your willpower challenges? Or just the decisions you made? What did you notice? What do you got, Tanner?
That I had to change my plan to do a different, to like make a certain choice.
Okay.
Because something else had taken priority over it.
Okay, Carly, you were laughing?
Oh yeah, I was just thinking like my brain was very persuasive because what I wanted to do, my brain was like, no, do this.
Yeah, absolutely. Grant?
I once got stronger throughout the day.
Why?
I was on task in the mornings, but like I would slowly like take a break, and then I'll take another break, and then just build up.
You guys are hilarious because you justify every decision you make. Right? You're like, oh, I got Chick-fil-A, but I worked out. Okay. I bagged in, I took a nap, but that's because I needed to catch up on sleep. Right? You guys justify everything, which is hilarious. And you're not alone, but that's exactly what we do. We will justify anything in some form or fashion. You guys are notorious for it. It's hilarious. Okay? You're not alone. Just be aware of it. You're literally justifying the decisions you make. Right? Super entertaining. Okay? What do you say to yourself when you procrastinate? Huh? What? Stop. Okay, what else?
Tell myself I'll do it later.
I'll do it later. The single greatest lie you've ever told yourself. Right? I'll do it tomorrow. Okay? I'll get up early tomorrow. What happens?
You go.
Nothing. You don't do it, okay? How many? If you got a paper due next week, when are you starting?
Next week, the day of.
Okay. Who knocks it out early? 2, 3. Nope. Non-committal. It's like being a little bit pregnant. Okay. All right. So 3 of you. Out of all of us, there's 20-something, 24. 3 of you. You're getting it done right away. Why, Carly?
I hate that feeling of being rushed.
Okay.
It
All right. So it bothers you on the tail end. But did you have your hand up? Why?
I have so much going on. If I don't get the things right away, I'm gonna wait, and then I won't have time to do everything I need to do.
Okay. Cool. Just. Did you have your hand up?
My planner is my best friend, so if I can cross something out, it makes me feel better about like going out that weekend.
Cool. Okay. What do you got?
I was just gonna say, in my mind, if I don't get something done early, then it's late. Like, if that makes sense, I don't know.
Yeah. If you're not early, you're late. Okay. If you're late, you're left. Right. As a coach used to say that all the time, right? How many of you? Okay, you got a week, right, for the paper? We got a week to do it. How many of you have large chunks of time available? Right? You're like, oh man, it's not due till next week. A couple days go by. I got 5 more days. I got 3 more days. I'm good. It's not due till tomorrow. All night. I got 2 hours. Shit. What happened? Why don't you do it? Why don't you do it? Why don't you do it?
I think some people like the rush.
Yeah, because you're lazy.
It's invigorating.
You like this. You're only doing it because you have to then, right? I had a week. Could have done it. Could have knocked it out. Then hold on, because I know how you work, all right? How many of you are sitting in your room? Hold on. Don't lose your thought, but hold on just a second. How many of you are sitting in your room, okay? And you're like, okay, I got a paper. I got like 3-4 hours. I could literally knock this out. At least get a first draft done. I'd be in great shape. Then I could screw off for 3 days. Okay? And somebody comes in and says, hey, let's go to the chicken. Who's going? You're going to go?
First done.
But it's not. You're out of this picture for a minute. You're going, Cole? Why? Luke, you want to be a surgeon. Quit slacking off at the chicken. Why are you going?
Yeah.
Yes.
The man is honest. What are we doing? Peter, what are you doing?
I'm going.
You're going. Okay? Why?
It's college.
I really
You can't play both sides.
I really value interaction with my buddies. And
Of
friends.
course you do. I can always retake a class. Okay? For the expense of time and money, right?
These get
Okay.
degrees.
D's get degrees. Yeah. What do we call doctors who got C's? Doctor. Okay.
Okay, I was gonna say that we had a leadership conference this past weekend, and one of the guys that was speaking actually said that a lot of people that procrastinate do it because they actually do better when they're working in like a crunch time.
Sure.
So like if he were to do it a week early, he might get like a C on the paper, whereas if he does it within the 2 hours before it's due, he would get an A.
I would say that's people justifying their style.
I agree, but it was brought up.
And it's okay. Look, you're going to do things last minute because that's when they're due. But, and this is totally foreign and crazy for 21 of you, what if you did it early?
It's amazing.
And then I can go to Carly's room and say, let's go to the chicken. She's like, yeah, we can go to the chicken. I'm done. I'm good. Okay? You could have that freedom. You don't, and you won't, but you could, right? It's your choice. Do you want good grades? Do you want a good career? You have to think about those decisions. Can you go screw off with your buddies anytime? Yeah. And why? If you say no, how many of you said no and then gave in? At first you're like, no, I got to study. And then you gave in anyway? Okay. Why were your buddies goading you to go with them? You told them no. You said, no, I'm good, I got to study. Grant, why are they telling you got to go?
They're business majors and don't have homework.
I would have accepted comm majors. No, I'm just kidding. History. No, I'm just kidding. I'm kidding. All right, it depends on the major. Okay. But why do they want you to go?
Because they know you'll give in.
Because they're trying to get you to do what they're doing. They want you to give in because they should be studying also or writing the paper. To your point, I would say if you write it first and then actually go back and edit, which none of you do. I read papers all the time. If you actually went back, yeah, thank you. We'll see. Okay. If you actually went back and you're like, oh man, this isn't very good, then you got time to make it better. But most of you wait till the last minute. You click spell check and think that's editing, which it's not. and then you turn in crappy papers. See it often. Okay, fair enough. Right? So, with this book, and what we're going to do this semester, I ask you to have an open mind. Some of you are like, no, I don't want to. Leave me alone. Not changing anything. Okay, we'll see. Right? Have an open mind. What are you avoiding? What things are you avoiding in life?
Things that you're not passionate about.
Such as what?
Like personally?
Yes.
Um,
What are you avoiding? What do you not like doing?
I don't like doing 1,000-word papers about something.
I don't like writing papers.
I don't
Okay,
care
good.
about.
Fair enough. Who else? What do you not want to do?
I want to have a job that I don't like.
Don't want to have a job that you don't like? Okay, that's future. What about now? What do you not like doing right now?
Waking up at 5 a.m.
Waking up at 5. Okay, I don't want to do it. Okay, what else?
Going on runs.
Going on runs. Hate running. Tanner?
Things that I'm not good at.
Okay, such as?
He just said it all, like,
Jeez, it was a softball. She knocked it out of the park. That was harsh. That was pretty harsh. Okay, what do you not? What?
I'm not good at running with weight, like rucking.
Okay, fine. Don't like rucking. Don't want to do it. Okay, what else? What are we avoiding?
Stretching.
Stretching? Yeah. Gets real bad when you get older. Stick with it. God, it's painful. Okay? You don't do it. It gets bad. Okay? Is there a habit you want to break? Is there a bad habit that you have that you want to break? What?
Checking my phone too often.
Checking your phone all the time? Good. What else?
Sitting here.
Second, checking your phone. What else?
Stress.
Stress eating. Okay, fair enough. What else? Were you nodding? Okay, stress eating or a phone or what?
I'd probably say rebagging after eating.
Yeah. Okay. Actually want to avoid it. Okay, we can talk about that. What else? What's another bad habit that you have? We all have them. What do we got?
Putting homework before food.
Putting homework before food. Okay, fair enough. What else? Yep.
Drinking a Coke every day.
A Coke every day. Regular Coke? It's like 35 teaspoons of sugar in there, man. Teeth are going to fall out. Okay, fair enough. What do we got?
Not giving myself like time for myself. It's kind of I always kind of
So you don't give yourself enough time.
yeah.
You need a little time for Jose, right? Okay, good. I'll take it. What else? What are bad habits you have?
Wasting small chunks of time.
Wasting little bits of chunks of time? Good. Okay, I'll take it. What goals do you want to reach? What goals do you have? Yeah?
To run a marathon.
To run a marathon. Training for one right now, right? Yeah, good. Okay, good. What else? No. You in? You in on that? No, not doing that. What else? What other goals do you have? What do you got?
Get back into a special unit.
Special unit? Okay. What else?
Grad school.
Grad school. Good. Good girl. So we need to graduate to get there, right?
Yeah.
And apply and get in. Good. What else? What do we want to do? Yes.
Have a full-time offer before my students. They graduated.
Have a full-time job lined up? Good goal. Okay, what else? What do you got?
Prepping for MCATs.
Prep for your MCAT? Good. What else? What do we want to do? Peter?
Staying fit and healthy outside the core.
Okay, good. What else? Carly?
I'm going on a cruise in March, and I'd like to not look like a whale in Mexico.
Fitness? Okay. All right. What else?
I didn't even have a chance to like return it back, man. Like
I'm not going to touch that one. I'm going to get fired for other
You
things.
can't
Okay.
make fun of me
What
if
else?
I make fun of myself first.
What else? What do you want to do? What goals do you have? You all have goals. You need them. No.
Getting paid is
You already had one.
Nobody else is talking.
Okay. Do you want to take a 2-hour nap?
Yes.
well, hell yes.
Do you also want good grades?
Hell
Yes.
Are those conflicting?
No.
yeah. No.
Yes. Sometimes.
Why?
I did that last semester and just took my entire afternoon away.
Okay. Yep. Good. What do you got? Did you say yes?
Well, I get things done early, so.
So then you can, right? Okay, you can reward yourself. Sometimes you said what? Why?
Well, depends when you take the nap.
Why?
Like if you take it after lunch, you're not doing anything for the rest of the day. But if you rebag, generally you can still get a lot of stuff done after your 2-hour rebag.
Okay. Do you want to be happy and healthy?
Yes. Yes.
Okay. Should you eat Whataburger every day?
No.
It's so good though, right?
I prefer Burger Mojo.
I don't know. I'm trying to think if I had that.
You should try.
I've done the. I usually poll. Was it last semester? We pull In-N-Out versus Whataburger,
Oh.
and invariably there's a Texan who chooses In-N-Out, and it will blow someone like your mind. Okay. Oh, it's so good. It's fresh. It's never frozen. Animal style. It's the way to go. Do you want to have good relationships?
Yes. Yes.
Do you screw it up?
Yes.
No?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Okay. Yeah. Yeah.
Of course,
Yeah.
why is that
Yeah.
wrong?
You say stupid shit, right?
Yeah.
Okay. We say mean, horrible things to people, right? It's a terrible way to operate. Don't do that. Okay. Do you want them to have a good career and make good money?
Yeah. Yeah.
Good. Okay. Can you do that if you're bagging in and not going to class?
No. Most likely not.
We'll see. Okay. Do you want to be able to handle stress, conflict, and overcome adversity?
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Let's work on it. All right. Having self-control is a better predictor of being successful in school than intelligence. Self-control matters more than your IQ. Right? Some of you see those friends, they're like, God, they're so smart. Some of them are, and some of them aren't. Some of them are just focused and disciplined. Okay? Do any of you have classes with non-regs who are older? Right? Like a more they sit in the front? They take good notes? They're always there? No. Okay. Right? Sometimes, right? Sometimes because they've learned, all right? They screwed up or whatever, and they're just always there, and they're acing tests. They're so annoying, aren't they? You never see them at the chicken. Okay? They're missing out. Okay? It is a stronger determinant of effective leadership than charisma. What does that mean? What does that mean?
You don't necessarily need to be the best with people if you can conduct yourself in a good manner.
Yeah. Okay. If you see someone on the quad, all right, and they're actually doing what they're supposed to do, they're a good example, they're a good leader, right? Good at PT, whatever their thing is, all right? Versus the leader who is maybe likable, good personality, but bags in all the time, cuts corners. Who's a better leader? The one that just has good personality or the one that actually does the work?
The one that does the work.
You're going to judge them, right? We always do. You're going to judge them by their actions, as you should, right? Self-control you're a more effective leader if you display self-control rather than you're just likable, right? Literally more important for a happy marriage than empathy, right? Why? Why? Why does self-control matter?
Like arguments.
Arguments?
By your tongue.
Yeah. What else?
I'm pretty sure the book said sometimes knowing what not to say is more important than knowing what to say.
Yeah. Okay. It's really hard sometimes. Okay, not to say. Why else? So you don't screw around. Quit sleeping with other people. Have self-control. Okay? Dudes in particular, not great with empathy. Some of you are. Some of us aren't. Okay? We're not very good with empathy. But if we have self-control, better husband. Male, female, doesn't matter. Right? Self-control is better for your marriage. Right? And keeps you from saying the thing. Who's Phineas Gage?
The guy got the rail spike through his head.
Yeah. Okay. Phineas Gage was good dude. Sharp was the boss, everything, and that's a metal tamping rod that blew through his head. Right? Huh?
That's a lot bigger than I thought it was.
Yeah, that's what went through his skull. He used it as a walking cane the rest of his life. His skull and the cane are in the Smithsonian. You can see him, and you can see the hole in the skull. What happened to him? What happened to him after the accident?
He's going to control his impulses.
Couldn't control his impulses. Okay. So left brain, he destroyed his prefrontal cortex. So the left brain and the right brain couldn't control anymore. How many of you, when you're driving in a car, right, somebody cuts you off and you yell obscenities in the car? How many of you do that? Okay. You ever do that in HEB? With a little old lady in a grocery cart? Cuts, hey, bitch, get out the way!
straight.
You know, no, you would not. You would start crying if you said anything that mean to somebody. Okay? In your head, why didn't you say it out loud? What's the difference?
It's a little old lady. She probably didn't mean it, or.
A little over the top, right? What do we got? What are we doing? We are or we aren't?
Yelling at her?
Yeah.
Oh, I'm not yelling.
Why not?
Because it's like.
She did it in the car. You yelled at her in your car.
Well, it's different in person.
Why? What's the difference?
Well, because I'd be ashamed.
Nah, dog. Her time's come.
Do it on campus? Somebody walk in front of you? Get out of the way, bitch! Do that? Don't do that. Huh? She's got a gun. Yeah, don't shoot her. Okay. Let's try to remember why I even put that on there, okay? Because most people think they're good drivers, and most of you are not. Like everybody, and this is true. People not from Texas, there's a few, okay? Okay, people here, like, do you know that your cars come with turn signals? Like, they have them in there. You don't have to put fluid in there or anything. You can use your turn signal when you're turning. I know that's a foreign concept to you Texans, but you just give it a try sometime, okay?
I would throw up.
Why? He's multitasking. Who works out so they can eat? Right? Lifts so that we can eat what we want. Okay? Or has to counter the way we eat in our diet, right? Okay? Why do you make those choices? Why do we choose Whataburger and Chick-fil-A when we could get a free salad at Dunkin'? Tough choice, right? No, it's not a tough choice, is it? But why? Why do we do that? We know we should get a free salad. You already paid for it. Or a chicken sandwich, whatever. Go to Dunkin', get free food, choose a healthier option. Why do you go to Whataburger? Huh?
You're torturing me with all this food talk.
Oh, I know, it's right before lunch.
It
Sorry.
doesn't taste as good.
Huh?
It doesn't taste as good.
Doesn't taste as good, but why do you do it if you know you should? I want to be better at running. I want to be healthier. I want to be more fit. I want to lose weight, get in my Speedo. Okay? Terrible mental image now. You're welcome. Right? Why? Yeah, I got the Marine smiles first. Okay? Why do we choose the wrong thing?
Because you're craving it?
It's easier.
It's easier. Okay? You're craving it. Do you feel good about it afterwards? No. Not usually. Sometimes. You're drunk. Oh, it's delicious, right? Okay? I had 12 tacos. So good. Okay? Right? There's two people in all of you. What happened to Phineas, right, when the thing blew through his head, was there was no more distinguishing between yelling at the little old lady or not, of choosing Whataburger or not. I know what I should do. Why do I choose the wrong thing? Why do we do that? Why do you think? You just touched on it. Easier, tastes better. Why else?
Don't want to leave our comfort zone.
Yeah, sometimes. We don't consider our long-term goals. We think about the short term. We think about the immediate. Okay? So you got to have the long-term goals in mind. Who's not seen Talladega Nights? Get out. Just get out. All of you. Homework for this week. Never seen it?
No.
Okay. Huh? It's getting hard because I'm getting old. Like, the movie's like 10 years old now, I think.
I
So
say instead of reading the book and doing the discussion, our homework is
that's only for those who haven't seen it. They have extra homework.
well, then I haven't seen it.
You still got to do the homework.
Down
You get done today anyway.
Places,
Okay.
cancel out.
Without desires, that is when we're depressed. When you're dealing with depression and people go through depression, it's because we don't have a desire. For a lot of you, getting into A&M was like the culmination of your young life. Just getting here and getting in. I ask you what your goals are now, and a couple of you have some. Okay, I want to go to med school. I want to go to grad school. After that, we're not for sure. Some of you are like, shit, I don't know. I just joined the Corps. Here I am, trying to figure it out. Right? Want to be a Marine. Okay? You better have goals. Otherwise, it's easy to suffer from depression because you don't have anything you're shooting for. Right? Without fear, we'd fail to protect ourselves. Right? Now, your self-control system and your survival instincts don't always conflict. Sometimes they're good for you. Sometimes they help you out. All right? Sometimes that survival instinct is going to be better for you than stopping and think, well, should I not stand in the middle of the crosswalk at Northgate at 3 in the morning? No, I should probably get out of the way so I don't get hit by a bus. Okay? So they're not always detrimental, but know how to control them. Okay? Be aware of them. When your mind is preoccupied, your impulses, not your long-term goals, will guide your choices. What does that mean?
When you're on autopilot, you're focusing on whatever is coming next. Your focus is there, and you're not remembering what's down the road, what you're aiming for.
Bingo. If you're in your room screwing off, and you know you need to study or write a paper or whatever, and somebody says, hey, let's go do a fun thing, we're going to go do it, right? Most of the time, we're going to go do it because we're not thinking about it. We're not organized. Carly's like, I'm immediately uncomfortable. I have to sit down. I have to plan. I have to make a list. I want to know what fun things we're going to do and in what order, right?
You need like 5 days notice.
Fair enough. Okay. In the book, The Email Addict, what happened to her? No, you already read it. I can tell.
She was checking her email too much, and then she was aware what she was doing, and then she realized she was just addicted. She was so used to just grabbing the phone and checking on it, and then she realized she didn't need to do it.
Right.
She stopped doing it.
So first she made a goal. I won't check my email as often. And then she found herself literally checking it without even thinking about it, right? How many of you sit down to study or whatever and think, I'm not going to check my phone? How's that go, Cole? You're smiling?
Not very good.
Not very good. Why?
You still want to do it, you like subconsciously will like push that phone and start checking it.
Yeah. How many, even like firing up your laptop, okay? And when you're waiting for it to get started, it takes like 8 seconds. You get on your phone, okay? Or you're like, oh, I'll just check YouTube or Hulu or whatever for a minute, okay? Or you're like, I'll just watch one more episode. 3 hours later, right? 4 in the morning, okay? And then you have to bag in, and you reward yourself with a nap, okay? When you could have headed off in the first place. Know what the trigger is, okay? Can you turn off your phone and study? No. Why not? Why not?
Because then I'll just think about like what's this next movie.
Okay. Can you get away with 45 minutes with your phone off? He's sweating. Okay.
I mean, it kind of depends.
Why?
Like it's a Friday now.
Well, are you studying on Friday night? Huh?
Sometimes. Then if
I'll believe you.
Friday.
Okay. All right. On a Friday, okay. Can you turn it off for 45 minutes if you need to study? If you want to do that.
Yeah, if I have to do it, like it's due in 45 minutes. Then
Okay, it was just a Friday night, nothing's due, but you decided to stay home. I'm gonna stay in my dorm room. I'm gonna study. I'm gonna get ahead for the week. Can you turn off your phone? Why not? Okay, we're going to work on that, all right? If you quit smoking, let's say you smoked for 10 years. If you quit smoking, you just don't pick up the second cigarette, okay? Within a matter of hours, your body is starting to recover. It is starting to heal itself almost immediately. If you go a week, you are far better off. If you go a few months, your lungs are already re-healing themselves, right? You can get to the point after a certain amount of time where it's like you never smoked. After being a 10-year smoker, you can get to the point where your body has completely healed. Still chance of some lingering issues we could have, but your body starts healing almost immediately, right? Your willpower is a muscle that has to be worked out. If you want to be strong, if you want to run a marathon, you get out and run, right? If you want to be bigger, if you want to run a marathon. If we want to lose weight, we got to eat less, right? We got to work out. Deep sigh, okay? If we want to get bigger, right, we got to lift heavy things. We got to eat, right? Okay? This is the same thing. Your brain is the same way, okay? If you've had me before, I think I've talked about this because I use it in other classes, right? Not very long ago, do I have any psych majors in here? None? Okay. Not very long ago, 96, 97, this guy does a study, okay? Puts people in a room. Put all of y'all in a room, okay? It smells like homemade chocolate chip cookies when you walk in. On the screens, there's much TV screens, we see pictures of chocolate chip cookies. It's right before lunch. This is bad, isn't it? Okay? Who wants chocolate chip cookie right now? Sound pretty good, right? What am I asking? Chocolate chip cookies. I smell cookies. I see cookies. I want cookies. I bring in radishes. It's plain. No salad, no dressing. Does anybody like radishes? Nobody. Okay, good. Universal. All right. I give you radishes, and then I give you a simple task to complete. Okay? I'm going to give Carly, okay, same thing. Carly's in a room, smells like cookies, see cookies. I bring in cookies. Life's good, right? Eat all the cookies you want. I give Carly the exact same task. Simple puzzle you got to figure out. Okay? Who does better? Who does better at completing the task?
Probably the writer's seat.
No. One with the cookies. Why? What's the difference?
She got what she wanted.
Yeah. Carly's good. You got goddamn radishes when you smell and saw cookies. This is some bullshit, isn't it? Right? You give up when you're tired. Okay? When you're sleep deprived. This is 100% true. If you don't get enough sleep, it's like being drunk without the fun benefits. Okay? You're the vegetarian now who eats the Whataburger. You make poor choices. Literally, when you sleep, it is the only time in your day, because you do this all the time. You're trying to figure out, what do I have to do? How long is it going to take? And what is the outcome? Every single thing all day long. What do I have to do? What's the duration? What's the outcome? Do I have to go to class? Okay, if I do, is it because there's a test coming? How long is class going to take? Like all day long, our brain is trying to figure things out, right? Some of you, shortest, easiest possible route. Fair enough. But when you sleep, that's the only time your brain and body doesn't do that. It is paramount, so important to get a decent amount of sleep, especially for you guys, right? When you're young, growing, school, all this shit, okay? None of you do it, some of you, okay? Most of you are terrible. It's really good for you, right? So you need to be able to do that. So, willpower. How do we work on it? It's hard. I don't know what to do. I'll just eat healthier. Doesn't always work. Okay, so get comfortable in your seat. Sit up nice and tall in your seat. Put your feet on the ground. Put your hands on the desk, in your lap, wherever you want. Get comfortable for a moment. And I want you to close your eyes. Okay? Close your eyes. Keep them closed. I want you to focus on nothing but your breathing. When you breathe in, I want you to say inhale. When you breathe out, I want you to say exhale. Not out loud, just in your mind, okay? Just focus on your breathing, and in your mind, breathe in, inhale, breathe out, exhale. If you find your mind wandering off, come back to those words and focus on your breathing. We're going to spend a few minutes doing this. open your eyes. If you're still awake. Almost lost you, Grant, didn't I? Who feels better? Yeah. Why? Why?
Because you're simulating, having that willpower, that instinct to not look at your phone, not fidget, so you're really focused and training your brain to, continue doing that harder tasks than just trying to do it.
Yeah. The world you guys live in is just constant stimulation, right? Constantly have something to do, or I can distract myself, or I can look at my phone, right? I can goof off online, all these different things. What you just did was meditate, which some of you probably think is really stupid. Don't want to do it, never done it, fair enough, okay? It absolutely focuses your brain. How many of you started thinking about shit you had to do? That's not a bad thing. What it does is push out all the other distractions. You didn't think about who's texting you for a minute. Okay? You didn't have to worry about it. You're like, oh crap, I got 3 or 4 things I need to really take care of. Okay, they're more important. Right? That's not a bad thing. Meditating is not about just clearing your brain and not thinking. If you can do that, great. But what it does is kind of push out the clouded things and other distractions and things that are going on. If you want to sit down and study for an hour, do that first. 5 minutes. Okay? Busy week, right? Sometimes we get really nice days in the winter. It's a really nice sunny day out. Campus. Sit down on a bench for a few minutes. Let the sun hit your face. Okay? Just relax for a few minutes. It is tremendously beneficial for you. We don't do it. We don't take the time. But for the 5 minutes, you were just improving your brain and your willpower. So maybe do 10 minutes next time. Do 5 minutes 5 times a week. That's 25 minutes. It's nothing. Okay? If you do that, don't lose your thought. Just say, if you do that, it will make you better. It's more clarity. Now, what I learned in my 8 a.m. class with the other instructors, I always do at the end of class to kind of help send you on your way, maybe a little more focused, have a good day. Okay. Well, the other instructors, I do it at the beginning of class, and then focus in class. I did that in my 8 a.m. class. I lost 2 people for the rest of the class. Like they could not stay awake. So with you guys, it's a fine line to walk. Okay. Because it's a really good thing for you. But if I do it too much, it's too early. You guys really, Peter, what do you got?
5 minutes.
That was actually wasn't very long. Okay. It should make you feel good. We don't do it. It's okay. I'm not blaming you. But build something in that helps you. All right. Push away the noise. Helps you focus. Lets you do better in school. Okay. Most of you probably think that's meditating. Right. That's your preferred medication. Meditation, a word like that. Like I'm trying to say. Too credit. So work on those things. This week, you do have it's another chapter. So read an assignment, and then there's one other actual assignment. It's very short. It's a willpower survey. Okay. It'll take you 2-3 minutes tops, but there are 2 things to do this week. Okay. And you'll just knock out that survey and we'll come back to it later. So it's just a few questions, answer that, and then we have read and discussion. Sound good? Awesome. Go have a tremendous week. Enjoy your lunch.